they come up. I'm sure you listened to me at the World News at 12 when I told, because he did not come in with any court order at all. So it's a political thing that is going on. There is some all. So it's a political thing that is going on. There is some strong backers backing Obasa, because it was quite ironical that Obasa's security outfit, or would I say the policemen deployed to these guys, yesterday his was returned and Miranda's own was stripped. Although they later returned it, but why was it a coincidence that it happened almost simultaneously? That's the thing. I want us to take a very brief listen to Obasa yesterday during an interview with Sheun Okimbaloye, when he talked about, according to him, that Miranda had resigned in a meeting in Marina. But is it constitutional? Is it a court order? And let's take a listen to him.
Where we have in attendance all the party leaders and openly and all the members, openly Miranda himself made the statement that she has stepped down. She has resigned. So when you resign from an office, you know, paraphernalia of office will be taken away now. So what are you saying?
So have you resigned too? Because we understand that part of the deal is for you to also resign.
Well, let them bring the letter. And if I've resigned, will I be here? Well, I'm sure you will talk. I'm sure you will talk to me as a speaker, because you have never spoken to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're currently listening to Matters. You just listened to Obasa yesterday saying that the reason why he invaded the office was the fact that Miranda had resigned, and Miranda herself has not said so. She actually said his attitude yesterday is very shameful, is a show of shame. This was when they actually came out from the court premises. We'll be taking a listen to her very shortly. I want to implore you to join us right now on YouTube if you want to virtually be part of the conversation. It's at VOP 903 FM on YouTube. We're currently streaming live on YouTube, and you can also join me on Instagram. I'm streaming live as well at Esther Nwaz, ESTANWAZ, Esther Nwaz. I'm currently streaming live, so you can join me right there on Instagram, and obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel at Stick Media on YouTube, ESTIQMEDIA. ESTIQMEDIA. That's the YouTube handle. There's quite a lot of interesting conversation on that particular platform. So let's proceed. I want us to take a listen to Miranda today, I think after the court session, and she was able to respond to some journalists. I don't know if that is enough for me, though, in her explanation as to her question, based on the response of based on her response to the questions of the journalists that were present to hear from her. There's a lot, actually. I don't know how to place this, but there's a lot. After that, we'll proceed, and then I'll call Barrister Eze Eluche to give us his own legal perspective to what's going on at the moment.
On to today's hearing in court.
Well, good morning. This is actually just the beginning, and just like what happened in there, both parties actually have their representative, and I think we should allow the legal team to do their job.
Please, ma, can you respond to what happened yesterday?
What happened yesterday?
Yes, when the speaker was said to have forcibly taken over.
Sorry?
When the speaker was said to have
the removed speaker.
Okay.
Well, I think he's still a member of the House of Assembly, so he has every right to come. But invasion and breaking into my office, that is really a big one.
Do you also confirm the restoration of your security detail?
Well, as you can see, I have my people here with me, and God is with me.
Can you be specific, ma'am, about the status of your security detail that your office represents?
Well, I have, I think, 3 or 4 policemen, whereas my normal convoy, my team, 12 policemen, 4 DSS, and 2 anti-bomb. But as I have it this morning, I don't have that.
I understand you, Matt, to be saying that to be condemning, that the House is condemning the forceful invasion by the removed speaker. But Ma, is the House going to take any proceedings, disciplinary? What can you tell us? What's the next thing?
When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Miss
All right. I think Miranda is also being very careful in how she's going to respond to these issues, which is quite understandable, you know, very, very understandable. But the big question is this: what exactly is going on in Lagos State? The attitude yesterday of Obasa seemed like what El Rufai described. El Rufai said to the president that he is putting in place thugs, you know, or what he called area boys or something. Would you call that the situation at the Lagos State House of Assembly that kind of attitude, like attitude of louts or area boys or something? It's not my, these are not my words. These are the words of RFI, because you would think that Lagos State, being the supposed powerhouse of the All Progressives Congress, because this is the president's base, right? This is his home state. He was a governor of the state for 8 years, and he has a lot of supporters. He has loyalists. He has boys that he groomed. Obasa himself said it, that he's been following President Tinubu since his secondary school days, right from when the party was SDP, then obviously to AD, and then ACN, and obviously now to APC, that he has been with the president all the while. He called him, he said he's a loyal person, a loyal son to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So some persons will say it's a family matter, but would you consider what transpired yesterday disgraceful? Would you say it's a breakdown of law and order? Should it happen in a state like Lagos? What was the court order that Obasa used to come over into the house? If the court has eventually adjourned the matter to court directive require him to present the budget before a validly constituted assembly under Amawole's leadership. Barrister Eze Uluche, I remember while all of this was going on throughout last year, where we had conflicting court orders in the case of Rivers. Then it was at the High Court. Sometimes we hear from the Rivers State High Court or from the Federal High Court. This is coming from the Apex Court, and it's considered to be, it's going to be a very depressing situation for Rivers State indigents. Now, here is the thing. Those members said they had defected. That matter is still in courts. I'm wondering when they were asked to return. I don't know if their own case has been resolved. If this ruling is coming from the Supreme Court, there is no other way to appeal this case. What do you think Fubara should do? Should he allow those guys back in the house as properly represented? These individuals obviously do not owe any allegiance to him, but their allegiance is towards Nyesom Wike. And if he does not do what the court says, obviously there will be no funds. So where do you think this has placed the people of Rivers?
Well, from the very onset, the Supreme Court seems geared towards enthroning anarchy in Nigeria. This was the same Supreme Court that could not define what AND, the word "and," means for purposes of deciding the electoral matters that brought in Bola Tinubu into office. This is the Supreme Court that is chaired by Kekereku, a judge who made the person who came first in the Imo State gubernatorial elections to become the governor of the state. So this Supreme Court has brought into deep question its integrity with regards to legal matters. Now, the Supreme Court, perhaps it fails to realize that Section 109(1)(g) of the Nigerian Constitution makes it explicit that any member of the State House of Assembly who defects to another party, and that party is not in a division as at that time, loses his seat. So there was actually nothing else that was left for the Rivers State governor to do than to move ahead with the remaining persons who were members of the House of Assembly, minus the 27 who had defected. This is explicitly in the Constitution. Nothing has to be done. Those men lost their seats the day they declared that they had defected. And at that time, I had mentioned that all these peace moves Fubara and co were making to also rocked for determination by the Mr. Bola Tinubu were all unconstitutional. So the reality is that under the Nigerian Constitution, the Amefula and his gang who defected from the PDP to the APC lost their seats. What is the Supreme Court now saying that must be brought to the House of Assembly for? And the Supreme Court has made a very dangerous pronouncement that the central bank should not give funds to a constituent component part of the River State government. Now, that means that all River State government, all the workers, all the contractors will not be paid. And this...
Hello, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, and this government wants this Supreme Court wants such ridiculous pronouncements to stand. It's most unfortunate. If I were the governor of River State, I will immediately say, okay, if that is what is going on, then the entire wealth of River State, the oil production of River State should not go to any federal revenue source again. River State should begin to make alternative means to sell its own oil to ensure that it pays its workers. River State should declare itself sovereign and take care of its needs, because the Supreme Court has done or traversed its responsibilities. It has acted in a most unconstitutional manner. And this is a proper time to bring the Supreme Court to book. What does it mean? Can it be said that for under any reason, the central bank should be stopped from allowing the federal government to access funds or any other state for that matter? Does it understand the implication of that judgment? That it can lead to death in Rivers State today. Pensioners will not be paid. Civil servants will not be paid. What kind of jaundice judgment is that? I think this is the time that Rivers State should now make it rule a line. That there must be some questions that must be answered not just tomorrow or next tomorrow, immediately. And the way forward, in my own opinion, is for the state to say, okay, we're not going to take any copper again from the central bank based on Supreme Court judgment, but all revenues, all accruals, all incomes of River State, they will by themselves look for buyers for their crude oil, look for whatever, because it is not a matter of necessity. And River State government should apply the doctrine of necessity to ensure that the people of the state do not die or they not go hungry. Simple.
So
and let us see who owns the land.
So does it mean now, as it stands now, Martin Zamawuli has become the Speaker of the River State House of Assembly based on the Supreme Court order, and that members who have not been in the House in session all this while, members who said they had defected, would resume? These members have audaciously carried out activities in time past against the state governor. How do you think Fubara feels at this point? And beyond your recommendation of what the state government should do, what is the next legal line of action from the aspect of the state government, Fubara?
The fact is, Section 109, subsection 1, sub G of the Constitution does not permit anybody to declare those who had defected as valid members of the House. Which means that basically what the Supreme Court has ruled is unconstitutional. And that is simple. So now the issue is now, what does Mr. Fubara want to do? So if I was in his full position again, it is to call a consultative assembly of the people of River State. Show them this stuff that emanates from the so-called Supreme Court and let the people decide. Because there must be a stop to iniquities. There must be a stop to injustice. There must be a stop to extrajudicial laws and activities of the Supreme Court. And this is the proper time to make such pronouncements. Because if he loses it out this time around, then any state that is ruled by the opposition or that Mr. President does not like the face of the governor will fall victim to this same kind of manipulation by the Supreme Court. If tomorrow they decide, okay, we don't like the governor of Akwa Ibom State, let us remove him. Or we don't like the governor of so-and-so state, let us use the Supreme Court to declare that no CBN should not give funds to the state. Who gave the CBN that authority to deny state its source of livelihood? Or who gave the Supreme Court that kind of audacity? That is what Nigerians should be provoked about. There should have been better ways of addressing this issue and not to think of it as purely judicial. Because in this case, the Supreme Court goofed immeasurably.
All right. Barrister, finally, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central in the National Assembly, has claimed her troubles in the Senate started after Godswill Akpabio's sexual advances. This was during a monitored television program on Arise TV today. Akpoti-Uduaghan compared her experience with that of a student being unfairly punished by a lecturer for refusing to give in to inappropriate demands. So she's also, let me quote what she said. My case is a case of a student being punished by a lecturer for refusing to sleep with him. Now, Natasha Akpoti's case has been ongoing ever since she said to the Speaker of the National Assembly, the President of the National Assembly, Godswill Akpabio, that she was not going to relocate her seat. And she's continuing with the fact that all of what she's been going through, the sidelining, the emancipation, the isolation, started off when she declined his sexual advances. This is a very huge allegation. How do you think this would go? And obviously, on the person of the Senate president, a couple of persons will say, well, we are not surprised. We've heard stories about this man before, his attitude in the National Assembly, the way he speaks sometimes. But the question now is, how do you think this plays out in the National Assembly?
Thank you very much. Illegality begets illegality. From the very onset, Mr. Akpabio has no business being in the Senate, talk less of being a Senate president. If you recollect, in 2023, during the elections, he had contested for presidency and only stepped down for Mr. Tinubu at the APC primary grounds.
Yeah.
That contesting for presidency ruled him out from ever contesting for any post held during that election cycle. But somehow he was able to wangle his way through the same court judgment and get himself as a candidate and be on the Senate and become the Senate president. So we are seeing illegality begetting illegality. With regard to the complaints by Senator Natasha, now I will wonder how women, if a woman of that stature, if a woman of that level, that kind of integrity can still be approached. You only have to be sorry for our less endowed girls, staff of National Assembly, lesser politicians who have come across this character. Because it's bad. Many of them who have capitulated to this kind of unfortunate advances. So the reality is that the woman should have complained much earlier, but it's good that it's still coming up now. And if the man has any integrity, which I very much doubt, this is the time to step aside. Because like I said earlier, Akpabio has no business being in the Senate. Just like on the other candidate from former Senate president who also contested for presidency, they have no business, and it's constitutional. But our courts seem to give judgments even against the express rulings of the Constitution. So it's part of we are ruled not supposed to be a constitutional democracy, but the courts are not taking matters. And I want to see how it plays out. There will be denials, but the reality is that Mr. Akpabio, his record, the president, are all in line, are on all fours with the allegations by Senator Natasha. So I don't know how he will manipulate himself out of this. There's always a Supreme Court to give one order or the other to protect him.
That's true.
That is what will happen at the end of the day.
Barrister Ezeluche, thank you so much for taking your time and giving us your insights, properly educating us on what all of this dramatics or theatrics mean. I sincerely do appreciate you.
Thank you very much for it.
Thank you very much. All right, you just listened to Barrister Ezeluche right there, giving us his own insight into the situation in Lagos State as well as the situation in Rivers State. I don't know what this means and what's going to happen, but it's a huge deal. Currently, we're streaming live. I want you to kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP 903 FM. And obviously, I am streaming live on Instagram as well at Esther Nwaz, ESTANWAZ, so you can virtually be part of the conversation. I really want to know what you guys think about the conversation we've had today. And a lot of things are actually going on in the country, but it is quite important for us to have ourselves properly informed about, what we're talking about what is going on. We need proper information, and that's what we do right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's an interesting one, actually. And for example, it would be awesome for all of us to educate ourselves as well. If you are a Lagos indigene and you currently can give us an insight as to what is going on in Lagos and what this means, I would like you to call in and give us your own interpretation of the theatrics that played out. Also, if you are a Rivers State person, if you're a Rivers State right now and you're watching us, how do you think this will affect the state? What do you think Governor Fubara should do? Because it almost seems as if Nyesom Wike has eventually won, as he has been boasting all the while that, you know what, you would see that all the legal processing will go in my favor or in our favor, based on those who are his loyalists. So these are a very huge, serious issues that we're looking into. I don't know how this would affect the political atmosphere in Rivers State, but I just hope that there is law and order and everywhere will be calm. Now, in Lagos State as well, Miranda is calm. She's good. She's okay. She has not come out to verify what Obasa said to Shehu Okinbaloye yesterday on an interview that was had on the program on Channels Television yesterday. But according to him, he is saying that he has every legal standing to occupy that seat, as he removed Lagos State House of Assembly Speaker. He has come back, he has reinstated himself because Miranda has resigned. But Miranda was in court along with the 35 lawmakers that went to court today, and she didn't say anything like that to the journalists who were out there, and he had response to the questions that were posed at her. So the number for you to call actually is 0700 903 903 903. And if that number is not cooperated, you know how it happens sometimes when you call, you can't hear me, or you connect and it drops. Call 0803692 9933 0803692 9933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817 1756 338 0817 1756 338. That is the WhatsApp number to send your messages to. Please, when you call, we're giving you just 60 seconds so we can take as many calls as possible. So put your thoughts together properly, all right? So that we can adequately discuss and give more opportunities to other callers who want to be part of the conversation. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Hello?
Yes, hello. I can hear you. Good afternoon. How are you?
Esther, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I work now.
Now here we do. See us.
I'm Aziz Fani calling from Majalaba.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
You see, this about of River State here. I like what your analyst talk this afternoon. If you mean the Fubara from Lagos, this thing, I will not any revenue from the River State cannot go to federal again. I'm stopping it because how manage this Supreme Court can judge this kind of judgment. So now they don't start to Wike, so that the Wike will be godfather of that River State. So this, I don't know why waiting to have they waiting for there. So they make the anarchy to happen for the state. Even this one where they happen for the state now, you know, really find the solution of it. So my sister, I don't understand this our government to only may God help us to this Nigeria.
Amen.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very, very much for calling. I sincerely do appreciate you calling. Okay. The number for you to call is 0803692 9933 0803692 9933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817 1756 338. Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to Martyrs. How are you?
Esther, good evening.
Now, afternoon, though, not be evening.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
This is Daniel.
Go ahead.
From Moshudi.
All right, Daniel, go ahead, please.
Truth is that. Let me start from the.
Daniel, can you get off from the speaker? You're on speaker right about now.
From the Lagos State issue.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well. Go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, now, number one. For it, the truth is that, according to Mr. Nelson said, as Nelson Okujumi said during the World Peace,
yes.
As it stands now, Miranda remains the speaker.
Okay.
So I think, to me, your guess was being biased. Yes, forget.
Which one? Barrister Eze? Hello?
The truth is that, as it stands now, can you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, so he remains the speaker. She remains the speaker for now until otherwise by legislative means. Then for Sha Akpoti, sorry, don't play this women's sentiment. Yes, nobody is saying Akpabio is a saint. Yes, he also has his own faults, but at least he should have listened to, they have sitting arrangement. So why crying out now that it is this and that, and you're not telling somebody somebody is sexually, so why now? So I won't fall for this thing at all. Then for Supreme Court, only God knows why I will say in their verdict. So they should have the reason, at least the reason should be stated there. So your brother Stacey know the law. The River State governor cannot do or cannot go against this thing. So please, that's my own take.
Thank you very
much.
Thank you. All right, the number to call is 08036929933. That's the number to call, 08036929933. Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Hello, Esther. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Go ahead, sir. I can hear you.
I can't hear you, but let me go ahead. My name is Chika. I'm calling from my papa. If the barrister still online, I would have loved to ask him, is there anywhere in our constitution that says that the speaker must be within the house before he will be impeached? Because I don't understand what Obasa means by the due process is not followed. Okay. The only recommendation is that the 3/3 of the lawmakers in the house, which is the majority, have the right to remove the speaker if the speaker is going against the will of the house. And this is a man who is accused of corruption, who's supposed to be in the ESO's office, answering some questions. So, furthermore, I want Tinubu and his group to be very, very careful. This scenario can happen in Lagos State and
is it Tinubu's fault?
River State.
Is it Tinubu's fault?
That even if Tinubu loses the election by 2027, he may want to, say that he's not going to have handover, and this is something that Nigeria will have to be very careful with. They are trying to create crisis so that people who want to withstand them, will be scared and go back and allow them to do whatever things they want to do. So they have to be very careful in order not to set this country on fire. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. All right. Thank you. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. All right, sir. What's your name?
My name is Ahmed, and I'm calling from Idim. My name is Ahmed from Idim.
From Idim, all right. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I think people should not say what they don't know.
Okay.
You cannot know better than the person who is telling her own story. I'm talking about Natasha now.
All right. Hello. Yes, go ahead, please. All right, kindly call back. You're calling with the WhatsApp line, and that's why the network is, the connection is poor. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you? I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
All right, kindly call back. I think you're calling the 0700 number. If you call and you cannot hear me, go ahead. I can hear you. Introduce yourself. Tell me your name. And obviously, I will respond to you. Okay? So the number for you to call is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That's the number for you to call. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Good afternoon, Esther.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
I'm Michael from Mushin.
Michael from Mushin, how are you?
Yeah, my takes about the Lagos State House of Assembly is just that the Obasa led whatever they have called. The only person that the man at the top believes that can handle Lagos State come 2027 is Obasa. He doesn't have trust in Mojishola Miranda.
Really?
And of course, he doesn't have trust in Mojishola Miranda.
So you have the notion that all of this is from Aso Rock.
The saying that says what a man can do, a woman can do better. He doesn't believe she can do better. So that is why all these shenanigans is happening in Lagos State House of Assembly. And it is now left for the Lagosians to stand up for their right. Because in some other states, because I once lived in Kwara State, in Ilorin, and there is what they used to call we that we don't belong to the state. They call us strangers, Alidu. So whenever they are giving political position, they give the least position. So I don't know why Lagos State is giving these chances for all these people that are called strangers, that are not Lagosians. So it is now left for Lagosians to fight for themselves. Nobody is going to fight for them. This is the right time for them to stand and capture their rights. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so well. I love your thoughts process and very articulated. Thank you, all right? Okay, the number to call is 0817-1756-338. That's the number for you to call, 0817-1756-338. That is a WhatsApp number, and 08036929933. That's the number for you to call. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. This
You're
is
calling back.
Calling back from the team.
Why don't you call the normal number? The network will get interrupted again. Hello.
Okay,
You say I told you. Call the other line. This network will get interrupted again. The connection with the WhatsApp is not encouraging, all right? Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Hello?
Yes, hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Esther, it's Chike. See, I also want to ask, is it not the same Supreme Court that, ordered Obasanjo to pay Lagos State government
Yes.
in the time of Tinubu?
Yes.
So then they are not speaking with the both side of their mouth.
I don't even understand. I don't even understand.
Supreme Court now will throw this country in a big crisis. I think they should mind their step, because Nigerians are watching. APC are not more than if they are up to a million. They are dealing with 200 million people. They must have to be very careful at this point.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Exactly. If you remember, when Obasanjo was the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, now President Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State. He actually created 37 LCDAs. At the time, Governor Tinubu said that the 20 local governments in Lagos are too small because Lagos is overwhelmingly populated, and for the people to really feel the dividends of democracy, they need to be broken down so that democracy will get to the grassroots. The Supreme Court refused to recognize the 37 LCDAs. The Lagos State government had to look for other means through which they could generate revenue for the 37 LCDAs that were created. So I think Barrister Ezeluche is advising Governor Fubara to look for means through which the state to generate funds without having to give anything to the federal government. How that will happen, it will be quite an interesting one. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters.
Yes, hi Esther. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And then good morning from here.
Okay, here is where?
Akwachi.
Akwachi.
Yeah, this is Prince Akwachi.
Prince Akwachi, how are you? You abandoned us.
I am going.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you
Go
hear
ahead.
me?
Go ahead. Yes, I can hear you.
So I wanted to wade into Akwachi and Akpabio's case.
Okay.
The truth is this: most Nigerians don't know that when you walk with a lady, you don't make all those gestures, okay? The sexual gesture, talking about him spending time with her and all that kind of a thing, you don't do that here. It could send you to jail. This is not between, the government will pick it up and it will be between the male and the government and not even the female. You don't do that here. And then even calling a girl, probably you call the girl the Queen of Senate. Did you ask for her, did you ask for her consent before you started calling her that name? For Christ's sake, in a civilized world, you don't do all those nonsense. And the thing is this, some men will say, why she's always stubborn, she's this, she's that. Come on now, come on. And I pray her husband should stand up to that Senate president. You can't do that to somebody's wife and go scot-free.
All right, thank you.
It's just a shame.
Thank you, Prince Akwachi.
So, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right. 080-3692-9933. That's the number. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you? Hello. When you call, turn down your radio. All right, turn it down. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Babalola calling from.
Babalola calling from where, sir? Egbeda. All right, please. All right. Go ahead, sir.
My take is on this Supreme Court judgment.
In Rivers State.
I'm not surprised about the judgment because that's what we are expecting. If this time around, if you have any case, maybe you are a governor or whatever that is opposition, don't even put your faith that you will get the judgment you need. How on earth can someone be telling Fubara that those people that have already declared in the television station openly telling the whole world that they are no more a member of a PDP? Now, suddenly Supreme Court are now telling the whole world now that they should restate them back. Who does that? Although we know what they are manipulating on the ground, that's what we expect. And these judiciary people, the way they will mess up the system of this country, at the end of the day, by the time APC will leave this country, I pray that this country can still sustain it. That's my take this afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon very much. That's his take this afternoon. Good afternoon. Very good. 08036929933. That's the number for you to call. 08036929933. And the WhatsApp number is 081717563338. 081717563338. That is the WhatsApp number for you to call and be part of, or rather send your messages to. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Hello.
I can hear you. What's your name?
My name is Double Joy.
Double Joy. Very beautiful.
Online. Is that Esther Nwachukwu?
Yes, ma. It's Esther Nwachukwu.
I'm happy to scale through today. I'm
Thank you.
very happy.
Thank you.
So
Please go ahead.
I wanted to contribute is concerning the Akpabio and the lady
Natasha
the
Akpoti.
speaker.
Yes.
My own take is, in Nigeria, if it's man versus man, it will take another shape. Because of it's a woman, they will call it any name they like. It's only God that will judge. That is one.
Thank you,
Please,
Double Joy.
I want to beg you. I've been trying to get Peter Anosike books, the one of business, the one you people anchor on Saturday.
Okay.
All through last year, I've been calling, but I wasn't. I'm
Double Joy, can you send a message to this number?
I cannot, because I'm vision impaired. I don't know if you can help me to text his number to this number.
Okay.
So that I can call him directly. He sent it to me.
All right. Okay. No problem. But how do you want to read the book? You have someone that can read it before you?
Yes. I have someone that can do it for me.
All right. Okay. No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right,
I'm
Double J.
grateful.
Welcome.
Okay, bye.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you, Zara Nadi?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine. How is Spain?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's okay.
All right, Zara Nadi, go
Unless
ahead.
I wish it's Choma that is moderating this afternoon. I would
Why?
have asked her a question.
What question do you want to ask her?
Because because of the time limit, she wanted to know why I said on Saturday
Okay.
that Fabio was elected, not elected. And look at what the barrister now says, Ezeuche,
Yes.
clarify that. I said, I would have asked Choma that. I didn't respond because of the time.
Okay.
The time, I just haven't lived 2 minutes. That is 2 minutes. That is why I did not respond to that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the only thing I would advise if this thing is so prepare for impeachment of Fabio. Even it doesn't, I mean, I know our front I didn't deserve there. At least let them impeach that man for Nigeria to move.
Okay.
And they know this Choma, sorry, Esther Nwachukwu.
Sir?
You see what is happening in Nigeria? This thing, they will say the Supreme Court, the only this thing. What nonsense. If they cannot respect themselves, just say nobody should respect that court. If they will not respect themselves. Look at what they put that country through. Look at Imo State. Look at Awabia that is in there now, that is in that place. Lawal. This Omai. Because of Supreme Court, they say they said nobody will challenge. Why? What for? Nigeria should try and change and disobey the Supreme Court. And if anything happen in the first state, they should go after the president that judge that case.
All right.
Look at what is happening in Lagos. Look at what is happening in Lagos, and people will just be smiling and they say because of their president want to support. That wouldn't fought for this democracy. Look at what is happening. Esther Nwachukwu, this is why what happened when Nigeria doesn't care about tribal this thing, all the tribal settlements. A group of men, 20 of this volunteered themselves to clean the sheet of the country. What is happening in Nigeria then? It's not up to this time or like this, but they just decided to wipe away of all the people that just destroy Nigeria. At the end of the target Iboku.
Your time is up.
I would have gone because of the time. I would let me leave another day.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. All right. Hello. Welcome to Matters. How are you? Good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. Welcome.
calling from Oshede.
Neka, how are you? This is not your first time. I know your voice. I know your voice. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm calling from Oshede. Yeah, Esther, let me go to Rivers.
Okay.
You see, the Supreme Court has just put anarchy in Rivers State. I'm telling you, Esther. So, I remember when the present president was the governor of Lagos State. Oga Baba Obije was the president of Nigeria. I remember they went to court in a related matter like this.
Yes, it was concerning the 37 LCDAs.
Yes, the same Supreme Court rules that
the 37 LCDAs were not constitutionally recognized.
Yes. Then at the end of the day, the governor then won the case. See what they are doing to Fubara. Because yes, Wike's wife is dead. See, if I were Governor Fubara, you know what I would do? There's no tanker. There's no motor that will leave that state with a drop of oil. Let me see what will happen. That is, CBN will not release money to them. What about the workers there, my dear sister? What about the workers? Are they going to be eating sand? All the contracts, as Barrister rightly put it, all the contracts awarded, how are they going? How is the governor going to pay? The pensioners? No. The Supreme Court, they know what they're doing there. The Supreme Court and FPC, they are here to destroy Nigeria, and they are doing that. I'm telling you. My dear, apart from that, let's see our Oga at the top. Off your mic.
All right.
You see what Natasha said?
Yes.
Not far from the truth.
All right.
Because in a precious program, somebody called from their state and said that he worked with Ababio when he was a commissioner in that state. That's his character, making advances to women here and there. That's why he and his cohort there, they see that Natasha, that according to them, that he was putting on see-through. See-through, what did they see? He's putting on, whether it's off, what did they see? Because they are on inside the air conditioner. What did they see?
Okay.
So Natasha should stand her ground. Women will see. We are going to nail this one. I'm telling you honestly, my dear sister.
All right. Thank you very much.
I know that APC is at the top. They will do one thing or the other to cover up. But this time, Natasha, she knows her onion.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. All right. Hello. Welcome to Matters. How are you? Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon. Is this Esther?
Yes, this is Esther Wachuku. Welcome to Matters.
Okay. All right. This is Emmanuel. Very quickly now.
Emmanuel, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Finland.
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yes, concerning the Lagos Assembly brouhaha, I have nothing much to say about that. Let them wallow in their vomit.
Chai.
Yes, because when these politicians are busy embezzling and twisting the law and doing, can you imagine what Miranda said? That she normally would have 12 policemen around her. When Nigerians are being kidnapped. Can you imagine that? So when they are busy embezzling and stealing and enjoy, now they want to come out and let Nigerians defend. Let them wallow in their vomit. Concern me. Concerning Natasha, I watched the interview this morning. It's very unfortunate. Well, the thing is, I wasn't there. Obviously. All the stories she told about her, and I mean, I'm not there when it happened.
We're waiting for Akpabio to respond.
I'm not against. I'm not saying it happened. It didn't happen. Unfortunately, it will be her word against Akpabio.
Exactly.
Because there was no video evidence, and although she said her husband was walking behind them, and Akpabio held her hand and quickened his steps, and they walked ahead, and that was when Akpabio made the advances, and her husband was behind. Anyway, it will be her word against Akpabio. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I know that, as I usually say. Concerning the rivers, the barrister, your guest said something about the governor. about the governor seizing the oil, whatever, and using
No,
it.
he's saying that the
That
governor
is,
should not remit to the federal coffers. If they want to
yes,
now
it's still the same
restrict
thing.
funding to the state, that he should use that fund to
Yes.
take care of his state government, because he
Yeah,
feels that the
but
judgment is deliberately to frustrate his administration.
I know, as unfortunate as that judgment is, there is a law already now that the oil in the soil of this thing belongs to federal government. So whatever revenue that comes from there goes to the federal government. So unfortunately, his hands are tied too. I don't like this thing. We can, and I don't know. Oh my goodness! Can we say now that can we say that this judgment was bought? I'm asking you. I have. Can we say, because it looks like that?
I know Wike was very confident.
Has dug deep and when has gone. Only God knows the extent he has gone to get this case. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
The situation Fubara has found himself. It's unfortunate.
Very.
Rule of law is totally gone. It's only applicable to the poor.
All right. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, my
right?
sister.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you? Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Ben, can you kindly turn down the volume of your radio? The feedback is...
I'm not dead.
Yes.
I'm hearing you well.
All right, please go ahead.
Esther, so you understand, you remember the case of that Nunier girl when Akpabio was the minister of NDDC?
Yes. I remember. Yes.
Like
yes.
You made advances, the same advances,
the same accusations that she also talked about.
Yes. Serious advances, even in the hotel room where they were having meetings. And all of a sudden, they started pursuing this woman to destroy her. The woman ran to Wike was the one that hid the woman in the governor's lodge. They were not able to get the woman, the lady. Before they made Akpabio, Akpabio is not qualified to hold this position at all. He has been doing nonsense. The third man in Nigeria who is behaving like this. Okay, now, do we need a prophet to tell us? Do we need CCTV to tell us? Why are you looking at a woman, a married woman, but it's not a criminal act, and making a comment that she robbed some pancake, that she wear transparent clothes? Why are you looking at her body? You embarrassed her. She's traumatized now. If it's in an advanced country now, Akpabio will not be there by now. That's why she said that, or they impeach him. Whether you look at a married woman, she dressed before her husband, she came to work. And there is no law in Nigeria that you will not dress the way you like as a senator. A whole senator, lawmaker, is where you talk to her in public before cameras. That she's naked. Can you imagine? And this woman has been complaining so many things that the money they're supposed to give her to put the allowance, the money fund they're supposed to make available, that they don't make it available for her. That anytime they are traveling their committee, she will travel with her own personal money. Okay, now if this woman cannot, now we are in the era of technology. If this woman can tell me that she did not video even me, I can video Akpabio. I can set him up. Because Akpabio has been showing her hatred because she did not succumb to his advances. This woman is supposed to have recorded everything on that video, not even voice. You can put in your handbag a camera. You can put a camera in your on your scarf or wear cap.
All right, thank you, Ben. Let's me read some messages.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right, so let me take your WhatsApp messages. We've been able to take a couple of calls, and a lot of you have been sending messages. So let me take your messages. Remember, you can virtually be part of the conversation. We're streaming live at VOP 903 FM on YouTube, also on Instagram at Esther Nwaz, ESTANWAZ. That is the Instagram profile. When court judgment in Rivers State is somehow, doesn't it mean that they have decided in the issue of eligibility of the members who come to APC, even when there is no division in the PDP, the party they used as platform to become House members? Is the Supreme Court now saying that they never decamped Emeka from Abison Estate? I think that's what it means. Emeka, they are saying Martin Zamawule should immediately start presiding over plenary at the Rivers State House of Assembly. Even I am surprised because the defected lawmakers went to court. The Rivers State government as well went to court. Now, apparently, if you say you have defected, based on how Barrister Eze Luche described the whole thing, there was supposed to be a re-election on those seats meaning that those seats have been declared vacant, but they've been away for a while. We've been having conflicting court judgments in Rivers State. So for the apex court to give this ruling, I really don't know how Fubara would cope. I don't know what this means. I don't know if he needs to represent the budget, because now they said no more funds should be released from immediately. That is, they may not even get funds in the following month at all. No funds should be given to the Rivers State government. He needs to recognize the 37 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly that said they have defected. What's going on? I don't understand. I don't understand. Good afternoon, VOP. How are the mighty fallen? The chaos in the political arena in various parts of the country shows that democracy is not working in Nigeria. Rule of law is lacking. All these are happening in less than 2 years from 2023. What is the Supreme Court ruling in this country? I need to understand. Chima from Surulere. In fact, the case of Rivers, immediately President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in. Immediately Governor Fubara was sworn in. The drama started. Like, this man has not known peace since last year. I don't understand as well. Esther Wachiko, good afternoon. On Rivers State, the next line of action is for the state to go to court to compel INEC to come in and conduct elections for the vacant seats in the State House of Assembly. How? When the Supreme Court is saying that Martin Zamawule should resume as the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly? Meaning that in a way, the Supreme Court has told us that they only recognize those that they said they had defected. I don't know how the federal government or the state government defended themselves, so because I'm not understanding as well. From Yemi in Lagos, the Supreme Court's decision is in perfect order in the face of the law. All right. Just as Darlington once stated on the current Osun State crisis on the last local government election, that even though the appeal court's judgment favored the earlier sacked APC's local government chairman, they needed to first seek enforcement order from the court for them to resume back at their desk and not to enforce the judgment on their own. Good. But surprisingly, the same Darlington has always backed Fubara's illegal actions in this matter. Isn't that double standard? In this light, therefore, it's absolutely wrong for Fubara to begin to enforce anything on his own. Presenting the state budget before an assembly of only 3 out of 31 legislators is a flagrant violation of the Constitution of Nigeria and can never be justified by any excuse. He cannot be a judge in his own case. That's why I've always wondered why some of those who claim to be lawyers, including some regular analysts on VOP and who should know better, out of bias and malice, kept misinforming the public while goading Fubara on this lawless journey of absurdity. Now the chicken has finally come home to roost. Kindly refer to my WhatsApp message dated 11th October on this same matter. All right, from Yemi in Lagos. Well done, Yemi. Your thoughts are widely noted. Okay, my first thought about Akpabio and Natasha, aside their challenge, is that this man seems to act like someone who is sexually was turned down. He's aggrieved. Again, I share same position with Barrister Eze. I don't care about what's happening in the Lagos State House of Assembly. In fact, I'm happy about the current development if it would help scatter the so-called structure of the man who has held Lagos State and its indigent fist tight as their necks with their hands in their pocket to choke and suck them dry. You ask if he would sit back and watch the thuggery and gangsterism take place in Lagos. That's like asking if a Bello Turuji would lose his eyes at a movie being played of Hamas attacking Israelis. You cannot separate dirty oil mixed in a dirty water. They go hand in hand in destruction. APC is an irredeemable turmoil that I hope lasts from now to 2027 and beyond. Tinubu, like Wike, Rivers and Lagos, let the wicked have sleepless nights because they deserve it. Tay, you're not leaving their necks or guinea. Good afternoon, Esther. APC should be held responsible. If this democracy is truncated, how on earth did the Supreme Court arrive at the judgment they dished out on Rivers State today? Is it only undemocratic? But it is not only undemocratic, but a tacit endorsement of jumpology, rascality, and madness by the politicians. Let's watch and see. This might be the beginning of the end. And Anna Kletz, Anobuwa from Alagbado. Good afternoon, Miss Esther Wachiko. Mr. Obasa has a strong secret which he is using as his power to operate unlawfully in Lagos. That is why the power in Abuja cannot challenge him. For Supreme Court have become APC's market to shop for their welfare. Rivers State government should say no to Abuja power. Ewer from K2. Good afternoon. I am so disappointed in Nigeria's government and its judiciary that no longer speaking the truth in this country. And the same as River State as well as James Chukuma Nwankwo from Afromedia at Jangbadi. God bless you, my sister. Thank you very much, James. Good afternoon. Okay, let me say this. Good afternoon, Esther. The truth is that for River State Supreme Court, Supreme Court must have given the reason why the judgment is like that. So we only drive foul when the judgment do not go in our favor or is not going in our way. For Lagos State, I wish them well For the other senator in Kogi State, why coming out now? Daniel from Oshodi. You admire Daniel. Wow, good afternoon. Thank you for your message. Esther, can you see that the Book of Solomon is far, far from these people in power? Even yourself, don't forget about Book of Solomon. Shiva, I told you. This country is going down gradually, Esther. I hate it when people ask who ordered the security of Obasa to be reinstated. Esther, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? Is it not Babashe? Let's be factual, please. State, trouble is doing press-up in River State, Esther. On Lagos Assembly movie episode, now them go scatter the corrupt structure with them build by themselves. Our judiciary is gone, Esther. Politicians are in full control. Pressure, wow. What a shame. Yemi gave a narrative. That was how he explained the whole thing, which has a sense of logic to it, though. But the thing is that the defected lawmaker's case has not been decided ever since the case has been in court. That's the issue right here. It's either the court tells us that, okay, officially, since you guys have defected, INEC, please reconvene and conduct fresh elections. Or, oh, no, they have not defected. On paper, there is no evidence to prove that something written down that, oh, these guys have defected. If only that case is resolved, then we can understand where the judgment of the Supreme Court is coming from. But again, this is going to frustrate the people of River State. My super lady with the golden sweet voice, please, I want to connect with you on YouTube as I still maintain my status. Oh, no, please, come on, Grandma Maggie. Grandma Maggie, please don't. All right, you can check me out on YouTube at ESTIQMEDIA. All right, thank you. APC government has succeeded in destroying this country called Nigeria. Inflation, insecurity, and killings everywhere. And APC leaders are not saying anything about it. Shame. It's not good. Shame. Esther Wachiku, good afternoon. In a nutshell, law of karma is playing on Lagos soil because of what happened during the 2023 presidential election. And what is happening in Lagos State House of Assembly is child's play compared to what is going to happen in future unless the needful is done quickly. And again, whenever devil offers you a gift, think deeply before accepting it. Otherwise, you are replacing with your peace. The executive governor is speechless because he was erected on the seat. He had made 2 attempts seeing the president both in the office and at home, both turned down. The same thing happened to about 98% of our traditional leaders. They cannot talk. Ajayi Obasa is from Ogun State. He is not a Lagosian. The only Obasa is in Ojo Awori. Obasa family of Ikemo Royal House, Ojo Awori Town, Ojo Local Government Area, Lagos State. Mr. Ogunbeyi Idimu, I'm a Lagosian. I am Awori from Ojo Local Government. Oto Awori. Wow, well done. Well done. Thank you very much for that. Esther, I'm ashamed of those who quickly believe that Senator Natasha accused Akpabio concerning sexual advancement without hearing from Akpabio. Esther, whenever a lady wants to nail a man, this is what they normally come up with: sexual advancement. Esther, have we heard the saying of Akpabio concerning this? Just because we don't like him, it's easy to believe what they say against him. Well, like I said, we're waiting for his response. I already said that earlier, that he's yet to speak on that matter. Akpabio is not supposed to be in the National Assembly, going by the fact that he was not elected by his people, rather by the technicality of the court. APC has come again with the judiciary and is allowing itself to be used to destabilize the country. What a shame. This is what you get when people undue are in power, like APC. Billy from Ikoto. Billy, I had to edit what you wrote because what you wrote, I couldn't read it out on air. Good afternoon, Esther Wanyoma. To be honest, this country is daily looking like a very big joke. From Rivers to Osun, Lagos, plus some malicious rulings by a judiciary. What kind of country is this practicing democracy? Look at the imbroglio between our Senate President and Natacha. Now, wow. Evans from Ladipo. Thank you so much, Evans. I will finally take this message because my time is up. Supreme Court judgment means impeachment of Governor Fubara. River State people must protect their governor. Jerry from First Tech. Thank you very much for all of you who sent your messages. I sincerely do appreciate your messages. Your calls are coming in. I'm sorry I can't take any more calls right about now, but I think I was able to take most of the WhatsApp messages. I try to ensure that I cover all the WhatsApp messages. So thank you very much for those of you who joined the conversation today, and some of you who joined us virtually on YouTube. I sincerely do appreciate you following up with the conversation and giving us your insights. All right, it's time for us now to wrap up this conversation on Martyrs. TGIF, baby. Yes, I'm a little bit excited, but I'll be seeing you at 6 this evening and on Sunday on the Political Spotlight as well. You're going to be having the annoying but very fantastic duo, Walkie Talkie and MC Chooks, coming for Funhouse Time. So you guys have yourself an amazing day. Bye for now.
Voice of the People 90.3.